Ian is a weirdo. Today we are on day one of the 31 projects of Halloween. And that's super exciting because I've been holding on to this secret for a while. And so I'm very glad you guys are here. Um, I think I told some people, actually, I know I told some people that this started at 7 Eastern Time instead of 6. My bad. That was totally a mistake. It was scheduled at 6. But I'm going to be on a while because I am making some crafts. So, um, so I will show you what I've done. I'll talk a little bit about the process of how I got there, and yeah, we'll just have a good old time. I'm gonna open up the chat, so if you want to chat, feel free to leave a little comment or whatever you want to do. Don't forget to like this video. Hey Nixie, welcome in. So you guys might have seen my video this morning, where that was pre-recorded, and I um, decided that I wanted to do, the final decision was to do a diorama of a graveyard. And as I was working on it, I was not fully like sold on the idea. Something like wasn't like, I felt like it could be a little bit more I felt like it could have a little bit more purpose. And so I got the idea, well, I'm making gravestones. Why don't I fill them with catnip and make this interactive catnip toy? Interactive cat toy. So I'm actually making a graveyard toy for cats. So this was well, it still is the loop stitch, and I just cut the loops, and it was pretty easy to cut the loops because they are in rows, and I made grass. It's super fuzzy. This would be an amazing rug. I would do it if the loop stitch wasn't so dang annoying. I also originally was gonna put some anti-slip on here so that it wouldn't slip around if it got put on the laminate floor, but it mostly sits on the carpet, so you can drop catnip directly into here, or we're gonna Velcro these headstones in here. And so my cat's already kind of destroyed and played with this one. So I'm going to make some spare catnip headstones for this. And I'm going to make them in different sizes with different colors. Um, so I made this with a 4mm hook, and there's already quite a bit of catnip coming out of it. So I decided to go down to a 3.5, and I'm liking it so far. Um, so, and what I'm doing is I'm basically just going. I'm not doing any increases or decreases as I go up, and then when I get to whatever I decide the top is, then I decrease the stitches slightly so that there's kind of that beveled top that you see on a lot of headstones. But maybe I'll make some square. Who knows? I mean, you can do so many different things with this, and you can put all kinds of spooky stuff in a graveyard. So, I didn't get all the yarn with that one. But yeah, I'm using a 3.5mm now, and I think that's going to be better at holding in the catnip. So here's hoping. Yeah, I definitely thought it was going on at 7. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry for people who are watching this and miss some of it. Oh, I feel terrible. It was like 6 minutes ago, 6 minutes before 6 o'clock that I was like, let me check, make sure I know how to get on like the restream events. And then I was like, oh, I should have been paying attention. If you're wondering why I have a mustache, it's because I like filling in my mustache. I don't always do it. I usually forget. But I like filling in my mustache with colored brow gel. So it just gives me a little bit of where I have a lot of hairs. Um, anyways, they're just kind of see through. So this is 10 stitches wide. With my 4mm, I made them about 6 stitches wide, and then I added an additional one so that I could use that as my turning chain. I did notice the mustache. Thank you. Yeah, it was a little bit more prominent earlier, but I fell asleep. Or I tried to fall asleep, so I can't even claim that I fell asleep. I tried to fall asleep. Thank you. My dad doesn't like it, but funnily enough, I think it makes me look more like him. Because my dad has a mustache and goatee. So I feel like we look a lot more alike with this. I wish I had a furl so it was a 3.5, but I don't usually go down to that size. So the smallest one I have is a 4mm. And you might say, just another reason to buy more furls. And you would be right. But I don't have the money. Life's hard. So I can tell you, I've already started filming for the next project for Halloween, and it's going to be very different from what I'm doing now. Um, and I think we're going to have a good time on live doing doing some crafting together. Or it'll be a train wreck and disaster. We'll see. Welcome in, welcome in. I am making tombstones for my graveyard. Need to not double crochet, need a single crochet. I'm making headstones, and I'm using a smaller hook than I made for my first one. I wanted all my grave headstones to look a little different. So I have different colored yarn. Some of the yarn I really liked at first, and then when I was feeling it, working around with it, I'm watching my cat destroy this cheap yarn. I was like, well, I mean, it's not the cheapest yarn, this is Red Heart with love. But watching my cat destroy this, I'm like, I'm not giving my cat nice yarn. Yeah, I totally understand that. Let's see, my phone went off. Oh no, Dana's live at the same time. Oh man, I suck. I suck at looking when other people are going live. Hey Zach. Thank you for stopping in to say hi. I'm making a graveyard cat toy. I keep on trying to not say cat graveyard, because that's not what this is. It's very much the opposite. Cats get to have fun, and they are alive, and they play with this. So the yarn splits a little bit. It's splitting more now that I'm using this narrower hook. But that's to be expected. I mean, that's not really the yarn's fault. That's kind of just hook ratio, hook to yarn ratio issues. Okay, so this one is a lot, not a lot, but it's definitely bigger than the other one. I just wanted to have some size difference, some variation, um, so that we could get to see different options and different shapes. Um, but yeah, and then I'm gonna use this just yarn. So I'm gonna use this light gray for some of them. And I'm just gonna have a bunch of different ones that I can switch in and out while my cat's playing with them. I'm gonna have them kind of like lightly velcroed to the grass so they'll stand up, but he'll still be able to paw them off and play with them, and it won't scratch him because it'll be the um, loop side rather than the hook side, if that makes sense. Okay, so I think we are nearing the point. Wait, did I already go too far? No, I think we're perfect. Okay, so now I do a decrease, single crochet decrease, and then I go all the way to the end to the last two stitches. If even if they tip a bit, it'll still be very cool. Yeah, it's like it kind of builds itself. It's really cool. Different ways that this can be portrayed, and my cat was having a ball with this. I had to like pick this off the ground because it's like it still has like a tail to it, because I was going to use that to sew the velcro on. Actually I might hot glue it on. We'll see. We'll see how much of a pain it is. But uh he just was going to town. It looked like a little mouse, so he was super excited. Oh wait, I did the wrong thing. I didn't decrease the last two. So then decrease the last two. Oh my gosh, did I do it again? I did it again. Okay, come on. Brain is not working. I had like a weird sleep medicine cycle today, so who knows what's going to come out of my mouth or happen in my brain in this process. So sorry about that. Okay, so I did a decrease on the last two as well, and that starts to bring it in. So I'm going to chain one, turn my work, and then I'm going to do a single crochet in every stitch. So no change in the number of stitches this row. And I'm not doing an invisible decrease or anything like that. I'm just doing plain old single crochet decrease. Okay, and then chain one and turn. And then now I'm going to do my decrease at the start of the next row. And then I'm going to get to the last two, and I'm going to do my decrease. Almost did it again. Then I'm going to do my decrease. I'm going to chain 1 turn, and then my last row is going to be just the same number of stitches. I'm not sure if I said, but I'm using a 3.5 millimeter hook. I was contemplating using a 3.25, but I felt like that was a little too small. And 3.75, I was like, I might as well use a 4. So 3.5 was my, I'll give this a try, see what's going on. And I like it. We'll see if the cat can get the catnip out of this one. Okay, so now I have another headstone. This one's definitely bigger and wider than... Is this wider than the other one? It feels like my stitches were just tighter. Because I thought I counted the same number. Yeah, it fits. Yeah, it just is a little bit bigger. 3.5 is one of your favorite hook sizes. Oh, that's cool. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to wait to stuff this so I can stuff them all kind of at once because it's kind of annoying. But yeah, so this is how the grass turned out. It just was a bunch of loops and I cut through them and it just looks really cool. And this would be perfect for a Beetlejuice scene or any kind of scene. It would be great for a little bath mat, as long as you made sure that it didn't grow any mold in it. So I definitely recommend this stitch. It just takes a long time. It took me a long time. I don't know if it takes everybody a long time, but that's all I'm saying. So what we're gonna do with where's my Michael stuff? I don't know where I put my stuff for Michael's. Oh no. I think it's in there. But okay, so we won't worry about Velcroing right now. So I'm gonna switch colors just so I can show that it can be done in multiple different colors, and that will give it some additional dimension because people were buried at different times. They used different stones, types of stones, to make their headstone, and then also weathering and different kinds of things that you have to consider. So, okay, so here is the center pole. I think it's acting like the center pole, but then it's not. So it's not the center pole. Okay. Okay. So this is not the center pole. So I'm going to go in this side and pull out some barf. Yeah, I wanted to okay, so I wanted to do some embroidery or um, some puff paint, on these. That was my original idea, and I was really excited about it because it would be, just add that extra element of, like, polish to it, but because I'm making this for a cat, my embroidery will be ripped off immediately, and I felt like it was just another thing for him to get his claw stuck into and rip off. So I'm just doing these honestly, like, because I was gonna do the paint, and then I was like, he's gonna eat it, and like watching him go at it, I just was like, you know, he is gonna mess this up. So. But yeah, I wanted to. I want to do that. I want to do the skull and crossbones. Um, But no, cat's gonna ruin everything. Even presents you make for them. Okay, come on. This is gonna be so barfy. Dollar Tree yarn is always so barfy. Just give me the end. Just make me happy. This is so much yarn for literally a project that does not take that much yarn. Also, I don't want it to make anything so small that my cat will swallow it. So I gotta be careful about that. So it looks like we found the end in here. The end is in sight. So I'm gonna put this right here, and then I'm going to make a slip knot. And also all my ends I sew in to the pretty much all my ends except for the one that I use to go around and tie everything together. I was gonna make like two like a front panel and a back panel, and then crochet like a double crochet or something, maybe a single crochet all the way around in between. But honestly, when you stuff them, they puff up so much that, and they have so much texture because it's two crocheted strands like side by side, that you really don't need that side, panel. It just works out really nicely like that. I hope what I said just made sense. It feels like it was just very blabbery, but I don't know if it was or not. Okay, so 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so this one's pretty small. Maybe I'll go 7. I just don't want to be too small and have them swallow it. 8. And then I'll do 1 extra, so that'll be my turning chain. So now I'm just going to single crochet. I mean, single crochet is never going to be exciting, so I hope you weren't expecting this to be super exciting. But I think the project overall is really exciting. I really like how they look. Besides, it is a bit faster this way, I think. Yeah, it's a lot faster. So it just, and honestly, the thing is, at the end of the day, it's for a cat, Cats don't care how it looks. Cats just want to be entertained and have fun. So when I stuff the little, they just look like pizza pockets to me. When I stuff them, I put a little bit of stuffing, and then I put a pinch or 2 of catnip, and then I stuff them again. So yeah, I just think they just have a good width to them. They don't need it. The only thing is the bottom's pretty narrow, so I hope that the Velcro holds. But we'll see. We'll adjust if it doesn't. Okay. So I did 8 single crochet, or a chain of 8 plus 1. Just to help anyone else to think about chains like that, because it's always like, crochet into the 4th loop, and you're like, which one is that again? I don't remember. But if I count to like a certain number, then I'm like +4, and I can hold it, and I can go back into it. Then I make sure I go into the right loop. This yarn is a little splittier than the last yarn. And like, you could do a fancy stitch to make this look really, really cool and intricate, but for me, I'm just trying to keep it simple because a cat's gonna destroy it. Okay, you do it that way too, Nixie? Good. I'm glad I'm not the only one doing things different, doing things a way. I don't know. Okay, I'm really loving this light gray, actually. And it's gonna look really good next to this dark gray. We're gonna have lots of variation. I decided against the metallic yarn because it's just the way it's spun. Let me get it out for you. Nope, that's not it. Okay, I don't have it right. It's over there. But the way it's spun, it's like cord, and it has, I think, wool or something, um, to give it some, like a little halo. And I just think that it would get caught in his claws a lot, and he would tear up the yarn a lot faster. And this is a nicer yarn, so I'd rather him. Or it's harder for me to get. I don't know how we're gonna define nice. I think it's nice yarn, but it's just about what he's gonna tear up faster. I want it to have a little bit of durability to it, because he was going for the gold with this one that I made with Red Heart. Okay, chain one, turn. I feel like I want this one to be kind of like small, but mostly out of laziness, if I'm being honest. Yeah, I think we can make it this height. That makes sense. The halo might come off too when he licks it and it could cause hairballs. Good point. I didn't even think about that. You're thinking about my cat more than I am. I'm a great cat parent. Oh, I need to turn off my alarms. I set my alarms for 6:30 and 6:35 because I was like, oh, I don't want to forget and fall asleep. And turns out it was at 6 o'clock. So I feel really bad. Um, I'm always like, where am I? What am I doing? Clock. Okay, turned off those alarms so they won't alarm anyone. Also, I got a wireless charger, and I'm really really loving it. It's really great because I can just like pick my phone up, put my phone down. It's fine. It charges. It's really nice. So I got it from Five Below. So it was uh, it's like eight bucks, I think. You were almost a cat lady when you were a kid. You've learned a lot over the years. Yeah, cats will teach you lessons for sure. Okay, so I'm gonna do the same decrease. I'm not gonna go crazy with trying to do different like points and different shapes and stuff like that. Um, I'm just gonna pretty much do the same rounded kind of top that it's more of a casket top, really. But that's okay. That's what I wanted. So that's what I'm doing. And again, my cat doesn't care. They could all be the exact same. It could just be one. You'd have a good time. So this is more for me. Current phone doesn't work with it. Hoping it'll work with my tablet when I get one. Yeah, so the key is, well, at least on this one that I have, it said it needs to be GI compatible or something like that. And so I made sure that my phone model was compatible with whatever it needed to be compatible with, and then it worked. And I have an older phone, so I was actually pretty surprised that it worked, but I'm really glad that it did. Because I didn't have to do like any setup at all. It was super easy. For some reason, it doesn't work on certain plugs, certain outlets, but I don't know what that's about. So check into it for sure. I should have got one that lit up. Now I'm kind of pissed that I didn't get one that lit up, but like with like fun colors. But it's okay. It's okay. You can't be mad. I mean, you can. Actually, I'm gonna make this one a little bit taller. So I'm not gonna do the decrease every other one. I'm gonna do it every two. Just so this has a more gentle slope to it. Okay, now we're gonna decrease. Okay, and then I'm gonna chain one. I have two more rows of not adding any. I'm not decreasing any either. Oop. Boop, 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 boop. Just go through the hole. That's what she said. So, yeah, there we go. Okay. And make sure I'm liking the shape. I kind of modify my pattern and everything based on what. So, like, it makes it look like I dropped a stitch here, but I'm checking it and I didn't. But, like, look, it just looks like I dropped a stitch. Did I? I don't think so. It looks like there's a stitch in there. Just looks like this is kind of big. Yeah, I don't like the way this looks. Yeah, it just looks like I dropped a stitch. Because, like, look how smooth this side is compared to this side that's, like that. Okay. Frogging. Okay. Instead of doing this for a second, we can, oh, it's at 100%. Cool. Okay. Instead of doing that for a second, we can go and we can sew up the edges of the, whatchamacallit, headstones. Okay, and then I'm going to use the slip stitch to connect the edges, and I'm going to leave the bottom open for now. Oh god, this is so annoying sometimes. Am I going the wrong way? I'm probably going the wrong way. Yeah, I'm going the wrong way. Okay, let me try this again. Going through the other side, sorry. Ugh, my brain is totally offline. Okay, so pull through. Going to the next one. I'm gonna pull both of those threads through so they're nice and secure. And then buckling through, flip the edge. And then I'm gonna snip the excess thread because it just gets in my way, honestly, and becomes very annoying. So I'm gonna just tangle that. It's not tangled, it's just poofy. Okay. So, what am I doing? Okay, I'm cutting here. So, yep, so I am working on sewing up the sides. Just by doing a slip stitch, it creates a really flat look on one side, and then you can see the stitches on the other. If you have a preference about which side gets seen, that can be arranged. You can also hand sew this. I just prefer crocheting just because I like crocheting. So I do it. And it's a lot faster for me. I feel like it's more secure too, because I feel like my hand sewing skills are subpar, if you will. So, yeah, I definitely think these are two different sizes, but like, whatever. I'm gonna sew one to the other, and we'll see how it works. We're just stuffing it with catnip, so um, perfection was not a prerequisite. Just watch where your tails are and make sure you sew those in as well so that you don't have to worry about hand sewing them in later. Because that's a pain in the ass. Okay, so we're just working our way up the side. I wish I had something more exciting to show you guys. But let me know if you think this grass is super cool because I'm obsessed with it. I want to make everything out of this, except I don't want to do loop stitches anymore. So, got to figure out another way to do it. Hands bitty. I have a hard time keeping my hands still. I'm pretty sure that's one of the reasons I smoke so many cigarettes when I smoke. Yeah, I totally understand. I am trying to quit smoking as well, and it's just yeah. I need to keep my hands busy, or they're so shaky and just like unsteady. Um, so and like they just up my dose of lithium, so like I'm extra shaky, and everyone's noticing it lately, and I'm like, I get it. I'm shaky. You can just let it go. But no. What are you gonna do? I really do love yours. Thanks. Yeah, me too. I'm super happy about how it turned out. So I meant to put this in the description. Let me find. Let me see if I can find. I don't want it to play audio. So, um, let's see. I don't find crochet boring. Good. Yes. So that is the title of the uh, YouTube video, and if you want to learn how to do this as well, um, it is very easily it's very easy instructions, and so easy, and Ian can do it, so you can do it too. So just give it a try. Although I will say loop stitch is incredibly annoying. It just takes a while. Okay, I'm making sure I have all my ends in as I come to corners. So if you didn't catch the announcement earlier today, which it's okay if you didn't because it was a really short video, I came on live, very spur of the moment, my usual MO. But I came on live and I said that we are doing weirdo horror movie nights, and the first one will be A Quiet Place. I haven't seen it, but I've heard that there are some jump scares. It's very suspenseful. Um, so we figured out a way to do it, and we haven't scheduled it yet. But when I schedule it, um, I will let you guys know. Okay, several years back, I set down my hooks for a couple years. When I started back up, it was like 3 pairs of baby booties, including one with loops. I think the picture is on my Instagram. Oh, I'll have to check that out. Yeah, I've never made a baby booty in my life. I feel there's a lot of things that are like rites of passages as a crocheter that I have not made. Like I've never finished a blanket. Actually, I finished a baby blanket, so I guess that counts. Um, and there's just a lot of things I haven't done, but then I've done like really weird, obscure stuff too. So, but I've never made baby booties, even though I know that I've heard that they are very easy to make. I've never made slippers or anything like that. Okay, and I'm gonna get one more. So in this end, just kind of just stuff everything in there. If you have like a lot of extra yarn bits, like these, like they're perfect to add for stuffing. Because I mean you're not using them for anything else. Um, okay, so I'm gonna pull my end. So this is what it looks like right now. So you can see that we have more of a headstone shape. There's so many things you can do with crochet. Better to just do project instructor. Exactly, that's what I'm saying. So let me go get my stiffing. Oh, sorry, I have to get up. Now you might ask, why am I not using my black stuffing that I just got? Because I don't care to open it. I don't need 2 open bags of stuffing right now. So, just a little bit of stuffing goes a long way in this project. That's probably all we'll need. We might need more. I don't know. I tend to overstuff. And then, so what I do is I split it in half and I stuff away like a little calzone or something. And then I'm going to take some catnip. So I'm using Smarty Cat catnip, and I've never used this one before. I got this at Walmart, but some cats respond more to certain catnips. So just make sure you're putting something in there that your cat actually reacts to, because like nothing's worse than building a catnip toy and your cat just cannot, like, could not care less about it. So I'm taking a little pinchy pinch, putting that in there. Maybe I'll put like half a pinch more. I like to load up my catnip toys because I want them to stay fresh for as long as possible. Also, something that's important when you have catnip toys is the smell does wear off, even if you have fresh catnip in there when you when you put it in there. So what I do is I do this thing called marinating, and I didn't invent this. I just heard about it. And it's when you can use a Tupperware, you can use a plastic bag, you can use whatever. And what you do is you basically throw all your cat's toys in there that are you want catnip scented, and then you just dump some catnip in there, and you just let it sit for a little while, and it allows the catnip to kind of the oils of the catnip to see, that's why we put the stuffing in there. It allows the oils of the catnip to kind of reinvigorate your toy. So, just a little tip from me to you. I love cats, so I do whatever I can to please them. Okay, so I'm closing at the bottom with the same stitch, same slip stitch. Yeah, because like you keep on buying catnip toys more and more and more and more. You don't need that. You can just marinate them, and it makes a huge difference. Just make sure you get some potent catnip. And unfortunately, fresh catnip just isn't as strong. Like freshly grown catnip, it needs to be dried um, to really release all the oils in it. Okay. and I'm going to go in the final loop. I'm going to chain 1, and then I'm going to cut with a little bit of length, just in case we sew on. So, I made this one extra puffy, but, it's got a lot of catnip in it. So, I think it's super cute. I think they're perfect little headstones. With a lot of personality each, and my cat can play with either one. I'm going to put a little strip of not catnip, Velcro on the bottom so they stick upright, and hopefully my cat enjoys. Although if they're just lying in the middle of something, that's fine too, because who cares? It's a cat toy. Okay, so let's go back to our light gray. So this is where it looks like I skipped a stitch, but I'm really not seeing where I did. I'm just going to take this whole row, 2 rows out. It's a very creative and fun project. Yeah, I'm having a great time. Okay, so, and it's actually really simple, which is cool, because I was scared that I was going to get my, get in over my head, and that was going to be a problem. But luckily that hasn't seemed to be the case, but we'll see. My dad just did like a very, very daddish yawn. Okay, I'm definitely going into that hole. Yeah, that looks fine. Was this where I started my decrease? Maybe that's what it was. That's where I started my decrease, and I forgot to decrease on the other end. That makes sense. That makes sense. I just didn't decrease. And I couldn't figure out why it looked like that. I love when you like are trying to figure something out and then you figure it out and you're like, oh, that's awesome. Like you just like it's just nice and satisfying to feel like you did something right. Okay, come on, you little bitch. Okay, there we go. If you talk very rudely to your yarn, it works better. Everybody knows that. Oh my gosh, it's been 54 minutes already. I was like, why are my hands cramping? Oh, I guess that's why. Okay, so let's see. Let's try the every 2 decrease and see if that gives me a cool top shape that I can work with. So we're gonna keep on going. Then I'm gonna chain. So even with the smaller hook, and I'm not like changing my tension or anything, but I feel like I can see way more holes in this lighter. I wonder if it's just the actual weight of the yarn. They look the same. They look. I mean, they both say they're fours. Um, I wonder if it's just the lightness. Oh, it's just because I have something white behind it. It's fine. Worried for nothing. Okay, do I like this? It looks like it's gonna come up. This kind of looks cool. Yeah, it kind of looks cool. We'll see how many. God, you gotta figure it out. Yeah, honestly, like, this is probably a project that I'm making more complicated than I need to by trying to make each headstone different. Um, but I don't care. Oh my god, my dad's so loud. um, I'm probably making it too difficult, but that's okay. Actually, I think I liked it with that round. Okay. Okay. Chain, and then you can cut it pretty short. Pull it through and tighten. So that's my next one. So it's kind of like, it kind of looks like a pyramid, like an Aztec pyramid, very sloped sides. Um, but I think it looks cool. It's definitely not as soft as the With Love, but that's okay because my cat's a cat and he's going to destroy it regardless. um, yeah, so yeah, I wanted to stay on at least till 7 so that if the people who I told, um, hey, um, Winter, wake up. Thank you. I love you, Riker. Yeah. So, and then I decided not to do the alpaca for kind of the same reason, where it was the touch of alpaca because it just was like, okay, this is a nicer yarn. Like, you probably save this for something that like is worth it. I don't know. But yeah, thank you for sticking with me this whole time. We're gonna keep making headstones, and then actually, let me go while my life is up. Let me go get my Velcro so we can make sure that the Velcro plan works. Okay, so I also have glue sticks if they don't. Oh, if they don't stick enough automatically. So we're gonna take there's a lot of stuff. Why is it red? My charter thing is just red. Okay, so I got Velcro strips. I went to Michael's because I wanted their black polyfill, and because it was a lot cheaper than Joann's. Even though I don't know how to, I didn't compare weights. I just compared prices because I need inexpensive right now. So the only Velcro they had was like in like small strips, like this. So I figured, why not just cut them into little bits? and we'll see how well they stick. Now, the great thing about the pattern that I did this with is that it has actual spaces in between the so this was done with a half double crochet, and so you can see the back is just half double crochet, and so it has spaces between the grassy parts, the grassy knolls, and so I keep on seeing like random loops that haven't been cut, and I'm like, I must cut you. So that will give some wiggle room. So I'm not going to use my nice scissors for this. I'm going to use my cheaper scissors. Still nice, but not as, I mean, they're not, these aren't expensive. I don't really have any expensive scissors anymore. They all got ruined by life. Okay, so I'm going to go back here. Oh God, I'm sorry, sticking. And then I'm going to try, I don't know, about 1/4 of an inch. Okay. And we're just gonna see what sticks. I don't imagine it's gonna stick enough, but we'll see. So be wary of which side you use. So so there's a loop side and a hook side, and the hook side is much more abrasive, and so it's going to catch on a lot more. So I didn't want this side on so I wanted the sharper side to be on the mat, and the softer side to be on what my cat played with, if that makes sense. So I'm going to peel it off and just place it. And again, if you don't have carpets, you can use anti-slip like shelf liners, and that will help. So it actually appears to be sticking really, really well. I'm a little surprised, to be honest. And then, so I'm going to sew this end in. I'll use this. I just got like this case of like the snifflies. And I'm just kind of bulking up the bottom to make it easier to have something to stick to for the Velcro. At least that's what I'm telling myself. Okay, so we got that. Yeah, I don't think I need to sew this in. This Velcro seems to be sticking really well. So, gonna take this and I'm gonna unstick this. I like how I'm teaching you guys how to put stickers on. And then I'm gonna put that right on the bottom. Gonna make sure it's like really stuck. Kind of bend it even so it'll just stick to every bit of yarn that it can. Yeah, I think that'll hold. But the true test is seeing it in action. So I'm going to try to hold it up for you guys. So, boop, boop, boop. Okay, so it's stuck. It's not really holding up, but that's okay. Because it's not even attached. Okay. Oh, this is so awesome. Oh, this is so good. Oh my goodness, this is so exciting. Oh, it is so cute. It looks like a little graveyard. Okay, I'm super excited right now. So I'm gonna, normally I would just like line them up, but I want my cat to have some kind of like interest, in, the happenings of the graveyard. Um, I'm glad my idea worked because I was really like, I don't know if it will. Okay, so I'm gonna put my other one on there. Remember, sharp side goes down on the bottom. Really stick it in there. And then we have to sew in our end here. This is like the most fun project I've done in a while. I'm honestly since Pride, probably. I'm super excited about this. Although pizza was really fun and really easy to do. I really like that. Thank you so much. Yeah, I really appreciate that. Yeah, I'm honestly, I could just be finished with just this. I'm so excited. But to give myself a little bit more of a challenge, I'm gonna um, complete a few more. Okay, and then taking the other side and putting that on. I'm going to make sure it really sticks. All the yarn I can. Oh, Jelly, do you know what I'm making? Do you know what I'm making? He's like, I don't know what you're talking about. Okay, and we stick him on here. It's a great way to store when he's not working. Oh, playing with it. Oh, that's so cute. And you can switch him up. You can redesign your graveyard as you wish. Oh, this is so exciting. Yes, so now that we've got two on. Okay, so as soon as I moved it, they did not stick that well. So maybe I need to like rub them in a little bit, and then they stick. Yeah. Okay. Good to know. Good to know. Okay. So no hot glue needed. Great. Okay. So where am I next? Okay. So I'm making the other one of these. Now I believe I did 8 plus 1 for chains. Man, I'm thirsty. I'm glad that my wife's making tea. I did ask her, but I'm really glad she's making tea because I'm thirsty. One, two, 8, and then one more. And make sure that looks about right. That looks about right. Okay, and then we're gonna just single crochet our hearts out. So yeah, you can make so many shapes. You can do so many different scenes. You can make whatever you want, and make it a fun cat toy, fun interactive cat toy that really engages your cat. So for those of you who are just coming in, I'm making a cat toy, for my little angel devil. And so these are catnip filled headstones because my theme, in my 31 days, 31 projects of Halloween, my theme today was graveyard. So I wanted to make a graveyard, but I wanted it to be a little interactive. And this is what I've created for my little, um, ball of demon spawn. So feel free to participate in the chat if you want. If you want to, lurk and chill and hang back, that's cool too. It's all about what feels right. Ski seat with giant cat playing with skyscrapers. Yes, like Catzilla. That would be awesome. It reminds me of a game. I think it's called like Cats Over Tokyo or something like that. And it has giant cats in Tokyo, as you can imagine. I like when games are straightforward about what they're actually doing. Yeah, a cat with skyscrapers. Oh, and if you fill them with catnip, or you filled like a couple with catnip and sewed the rest in. Because originally I was gonna sew them in, and then I was like, oh, but like he wants to like bat them around, play with them. So I was like, why don't I just make them Velcro? Um, then he can kind of, we can clean it up, or we can have gravestones all around. Yeah, and they say games like that are great for cats' minds because it keeps them active. It makes them think. Cats are always so curious, and it's good for them to have something to kind of work towards. And they have to do it because they want it, not because we want it. Okay, I know I didn't go up far. Okay, maybe one more row. chain 1, and then I'm going to start my decreases. Okay, so we're going to do 2 rows of no increases or decreases. Okay, and now we're going to decrease again. Sorry, stuck to the Velcro. Oh. Oh, that's sideways. I was like, why does this look different? Because it's sideways, bitch. Yeah, we're doing the decrease. And then we are just doing no change. Let me make sure it lines up well with the other side of the tombstone. They can be a little bit different, just tension changes and stuff like that. But oh, I think that's perfect. I'm really excited about this. That looks great, I think. So I'm going to chain 1, and I'm going to cut it. I'm going to cut it pretty short. You guys are getting the hang of it, I hope, if you're following along. They're pretty straightforward, not really that crazy. So, so I'm going to, it does, I'm not sure what I said. Oh yeah, it looks good. Thank you. Thank you so much. So sweet. So I'm going to finish the rest of this off screen, and I am then going to post a video with my finished product. And then day 2, or I keep on saying day, but it's project 2 because my days are all messed up. It's not right. But because this is the projects of Halloween, so my day 2 project will be up on the 3rd. So the morning of the 3rd, I will post a pre-recorded video, and then the evening of the 3rd, I will be going live and doing whatever I need to do for that particular challenge. So I hope you guys are enjoying this. I mean, so far, so good. I mean, I'm really excited about this. I hope you guys enjoyed this, and I will talk to you later. Bye.